Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. MTG Box Analysis here to take another look at Duskmourn. This particular collector booster box comes from the exact same case as the other four boxes I've opened up on the channel. So let's see what box number 5 has in store. Now this particular box happens to be mine. All the other fours were members of the channel or sponsors of collector booster boxes. So really curious to see what everyone left me. We do have one more box to go in this case, and when we get to that box we'll be doing a full case analysis. So let's go ahead and set up our 12 collector booster packs and let's just start ripping into these. As always, we'll put the price of any rare or mythic on the screen, as well as any common or uncommon currently valued over $1. And then at the end of the video, we'll do a full MTG box analysis, which will break down what we actually saw in the box, coverage of the set, number of rares and mythics, as well as the current set value and the observed value in the box. So make sure you stay tuned to that. Kicking this one off, we've got ourselves a Neglected Manor, followed by a Final Vengeance. Then we're going to see a Murky Sewer, an Etched Cornfield with a Vanish in Sight. Then we're going to see an Unwilling Vessel, Sheltered by Ghosts with a Trial of Agony. Then we're going to see a Fear of Isolation with our first full art land, the Island. And our first rare is going to be Rip Spawn Hunter coming in standard frame. Then we're going to see ourselves Zamone's Hypothesis coming in from the Commander subset. Then we've got the Swarm Weaver coming in the double exposure showcase frame. And then we're going to see ourselves in Borderless a Roaring Furnace and Steaming Sauna room card. And then we've got ourselves our first Verge of the box, the Hushwood Verge coming in foil Borderless. Very nice to see that. The Verge series is still holding quite a bit of value. I believe most of the standard frames are between $3 and $5, and all of the Borderless are over $5 right now. And then we've got ourselves an Insect and a Manifest token in the back. All right, let's go into pack number 2. I'm really hoping for a ton of lands because that's what I collect. I play with a lot of cards, but I collect the lands. So we got an Appendage Amalgam, followed by a Twist Reality, a Cautious Survivor. Then we're going to see a Resurrected Cultist, an Anthropede, followed by Altanic the Thrice Called. Then we're going to see Fear of Failed Tests, Brood Spinner, with an Optimistic Scavenger, and then we're going to see a Full Art Swamp. Following that, we're going to see Tale of Tameo coming in. Beautiful saga. Love that artwork. And then directly behind that, from the Commander subset, we're going to see Cayenne Corrupted Memory coming in foil Borderless. Then we've got ourselves a Peer Past the Veil coming in the Paranormal Showcase frame. And then we're going to see another Verge. We got ourselves the Flood Farm Verge coming in, non-foil, just regular old Borderless. And then we're going to see Victor Valgaboth's Senchal coming in the double exposure foil. And then we've got Primo, the Inevitable, and a Manifest token. All right, sliding into our next pack here. Noticing a little glare, so we're going to do this. We're going to slide these to the side and bring our Commander cards down over there. We'll make sure everything looks good for you all. After all, you're the ones watching it, and I do thank everyone who tunes into my videos. If you're not aware, I do videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we got ourselves a Fear of Surveillance with a Monstrous Emergence. Then we're going to see Fanatic of the Harrowing with an Erratic Apparition, Winter's Intervention, and then we're going to see a Greenhouse Rickety Gazebo Uncommon Room with an Untimely Malfunction. This card's starting to see some traction, so keep an eye on this in your uncommon piles. Then we're going to see Conductive Machete with Rite of the Moth. And then we've got ourselves a Full Art Mountain. Our main set rare is going to be a Comeback Wrong. And then we're going to see ourselves an Ancient Cellar Spawn coming in from the Commander subset, followed by a Fear of Missing Out coming in again in that Paranormal Showcase frame. And then we've got ourselves an Enduring Courage. There's an entire series of the Endurings. If you're not aware of them, go check them out. They're pretty cool. And then we're going to see ourselves a Walk-in Closet and a Forgotten Cellar as a foil Borderless mythic. Awesome to see that this card does hold some value. And then we're going to see ourselves a Treasure with a Shard token. All right, 3 packs in. Got ourselves some mythics on the board. Got ourselves 2 of the cards from the land cycle. Even got a foil card from Commander. We've been seeing about one of those per box, so that's on par. We'll see if we get a double. So we got a Razor Trap Gorge, followed by Grand Entryway and Elegant Rotunda with an Unsettled Twins. Then we're going to see a Bleeding Woods with a Peculiar Lighthouse, Under the Skin coming in the showcase frame with a Cathartic Parting, Defiant Survivor, and then we're going to see the Baseball Bat just before the island. Main set rare is going to actually be a mythic. We got ourselves the Wandering Rescuer. Awesome to see that. I believe this is the first version of this card that we've seen in this case. So take that for what it's worth. Then we're going to see ourselves a Shriekwood Devourer coming in from the Commander subset. And then we've got ourselves a Rip Spawn Hunter in that double exposure showcase, with a Screaming Nemesis coming in regular old borderless frame. Very cool to see this. This card does hold value, so awesome to see that. And then we've got ourselves a Reluctant Role Model coming in the foil Paranormal Showcase with a Manifest and a Beast. So surprisingly, out of this case, we've been very consistently pulling Japanese showcase cards out of every single box, but 0 fractured foils and 0 textured foils. So who knows? Maybe this is the box. We'll see. All right, so we got ourselves a Scorching Dragonfire, followed by a Tunnel Surveyor. Then we're going to see Given the Violence, Friendly Teddy, Grab the Prize with a Sawblade Skin Ripper, Vengeful Possession, House Cartographer, then an Ethereal Armor with the Plains. Main set rare is going to be another one of the Verges. We've got ourselves the Blazemeyer Verge coming in standard frame foil. Very nice. And then we've got ourselves the Master of the Keys, another mythic coming in from the Commander subset, followed by another mythic, Nico Light of Hope, coming in the double exposure, with a Leyline of Mutation in extended art. And then we're going to see ourselves a Dazzling Theater and Prop Room coming in as a borderless foil room. Then we're going to see a Beast with a copy token. All right, pack number 6. This will mark the halfway point of the box. There we go. All right, so we got ourselves a Possessed Goat, followed by a Horrid Vigor. And then we're going to see the Ticket Booth and the Tunnel of Hate, followed by Fear of Lost Teeth. Then we're going to see Piranha Fly, Ghostly Keybearer with Valgavoth's Faithful, a Witcherfolk Thrasher. Then we're going to see Fear of Being Hunted with the Forest. Then we've got another Verge. We've got the Hushwood Verge coming in from the main set. Awesome to see that. And then we're going to see ourselves from the Commander subset a Deluge of Doom. Then behind that, we've got ourselves a Balshrid Worm in the Paranormal Showcase with a Dazzling Theater and Prop Room non-foil borderless, with the Wandering Rescuer coming in the double exposure showcase frame. Very nice to see that. I've said it before, but if they had done the one of these two in texture, these would have been amazing. Then we got an Insect and a Spider token. I have not yet seen a textured foils in person, so I'm not sure how cool they look. Hopefully there's one in the next 6 packs, and then we can all kind of get a glimpse at it. And we'll spend a little bit of time just kind of looking at the quality of the card and how they applied the texture, because every single set's a little bit different. So we got ourselves a Slavering Branch Snapper with a Shepherding Spirits, Stalked Researcher with a Found Footage. Then we're going to see a Vicious Clown with an Unwanted Remake. Then we're going to see Norin Swift Survivalist with Commune with Evil, Gremlin Tamer, and the Full Art Swamp. Then we've got ourselves the Meat Hook Massacre 2 coming in as a mythic from the main set. Awesome to see this. This is one of the big hits from the set, so very cool to see this. And in fact, this is actually the alternate version. As you can tell, there's like this black creature down here, and it's number 293. The standard card is 108, so awesome to see that alternate version. And then directly behind that, we're going to see ourselves a Fear of Sleep Paralysis from Commander with Marina Vendrell's Grimoire in the Paranormal. Then we've got ourselves Victor Valgavoth Senchal, this time non-foil double exposure. And a Fear of Missing Out coming in foil Paranormal Showcase with a Glimmer and a Spirit token. So far, in these boxes, we have seen 0 duplication, except for, of course, the full art lands. You get one in every single pack. There's only 5 lands, so you're going to see duplication there. We have seen the same card as we just did with Victor. We have seen it in the exact same framing, but never, 2 non-foils or 2 foils. So I don't actually count that as duplication. You all may. So we got ourselves Emerge from the Cocoon, followed by a Strangled Cemetery, an Innocuous Rat, an Abandoned Campground, followed by a Grand Entryway and Elegant Rotunda. Then we've got the Osseous Stick Twister, Sporogenic Infection with a Fear of Imposters. Then we're going to see the Pyroclasm with the Plains. Main set rare is going to be Valgavoth's Onslaught coming in out of green. And then we've got Sadistic Shell Game coming in from the Commander subset. That is some fun artwork, though. Then we've got Leonine of Resonance coming in the extended art non-foil, followed by a Funeral Room and an Awakening Hall coming in as another mythic room for us. Very nice. And if you hadn't already seen it, look at that. We got ourselves one of the Japanese Showcase Japanese text cards here. So this is actually going to be Enduring Courage, which is one of the good ones. So awesome to see that and to see it in Japanese. Not sure of the Japanese prices. I'll have to look that one up. But the English version is going for somewhere in the $20 range for this card. So awesome. Then we got a spider and a toy. Let's see, where are we going to put this? Let's put it right over there. It's okay if that one shines because it's supposed to. Wish that was fractured foil, but there's still a chance. We've got 4 more packs to go. Got 60 cards to see. We've got Trapped in a Screen, followed by a Weary Watchdog. Then we've got a Glassworks and a Shattered Yard, followed by an Underwater Tunnel and a Slimy Aquarium with a Glimmerlight. Then we've got an Oblivious Bookworm, an Exercise, followed by a Vile Mutilator. Then we're going to see an Insidious Fungus coming in as the Paranormal Showcase Uncommon with an Island. Then we're going to see a Head Shredder as our main set rare, followed by a Giggling Skitter Spike coming in from the Commander subset. Just a fun card and does hold some value. Then we're going to see a Ghost Vacuum coming in the Paranormal Showcase non-foil, followed by the Jolly Balloon Man coming in the Double Exposure Showcase, with an Enduring Curiosity coming in extended art foil with a toy and a treasure token. All right, let's just take half a second and let's go ahead and clean up some of our piles. As the packs go on, I do kind of tend to let them get a little bit messy. All right, 3 more packs to go before that analysis and before we get to see something I'm sure pretty amazing. So we got ourselves a Clammy Prowler, followed by a Balemerc Leech. Then we're going to see Boiler Beguile's Ripper with an Acrobatic Cheerleader, Cryptid Inspector with a Skullcap Nuisance, a Fear of Abduction, Cynical Loner with a Midnight Mayhem. Then we've got ourselves the Full Art Forest, followed by Leyline of Resonance coming in from the main set as our rare. Then we're going to see Winter Cyclonic Opportunist, another mythic from the Commander subset, with Overlord of the Hauntwoods coming in extended art non-foil. That's a big hitter for us. Awesome to see that. Then we've got ourselves another Verge. That's our 5th Verge of the box, although it is a repeat of Hushwood Verge, only this time non-foil. So awesome to see that. And we are going to get a special guest. It is Unholy Heat coming in as a special guest foil borderless. Very nice to see that. The Unholy Heat, though, not the best one, but certainly not the worst of the special guests. But very fun card. Love the artwork. Then we got ourselves a Gremlin and a Glimmer. So we're going to put that one right up there as well. Hopefully that glare doesn't... Here, we'll do this. Maybe that'll help a little bit. All right, so those are our 2 I'll call special cards from the set. Doesn't mean they're the most valuable, but you don't get too many of those in a box. All right, so we got ourselves a Raucous Carnival, followed by a Lakeside Shack, a Frantic Search, Fear of the Dark with a Murky Sewer. Then we're going to see Live or Die with a Withering Torment, another uncommon that does hold some value, so keep an eye out for that. Then we're going to see a Killer's Mask with a Fear of Exposure and a Mountain. Our main set rare is going to be Wow, and this is such a land box. We got ourselves the Flood Farm Verge. We saw this in Borderless earlier. This time we're seeing it from the main set in standard frame. That is awesome. Then we're going to see a Barb Flare Gremlin coming in from Commander with an Enduring Tenacity in extended art. Then we've got ourselves the Undead Sprinter coming in the Mirror Monster Borderless. And our last card in this pack is going to be a Winter Misanthropic Guide coming in the double exposure with a Horror and a Glimmer token. All right, final collector booster pack of this particular box, and then we'll do the analysis and see how well it performed. All right, this one kicks off with a Malevolent Chandelier. Then we're going to see ourselves a Meat Locker and a Drowned Diner before seeing a Cracked Skull. Then we've got a Daggermaw Megalodon, Bashful Beastie, Cursed Windbreaker with a Razorkin Horde Collar, Patchwork Beastie. Then we're going to see an Infernal Phantom with an island. Our main set rare is going to be an Unstoppable Slasher, followed by an Ursine Monstrosity coming in from the Commander subset. Then we've got ourselves Waltz of Rage coming in the Paranormal Showcase with Toby Beastie Befriender. And our last card is going to be Come Back Wrong coming in the Foil Paranormal Showcase with a Spirit and a Gremlin token. All right, so I'll get it all sorted, organized, and here comes the MTG Box Analysis. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.